Okay, so in your stories, you're going to be asked to make inferences. Sometimes it might use the word inference, sometimes it might not. Remember, an inference is when we try to figure out what the author is telling us. Now, to make an inference, we take our background knowledge, which is called our schema, and that's already what we know. We already knew this before going into reading. It's what we've learned through life. We take that plus text clues, so what the author tells us. So we take those two things together to make an inference. Remember, an inference is when you read between the lines. So the author isn't always going to tell us what he wants us to know. He is going to give us little clues, and we have to put it together to make an inference. This will help us to understand the story better. So here is an example. Derek ran up the court. "I'm open," he yelled towards the boy with the ball. The boy passed the ball to Derek, and he made his shot. The crowd cheered as 2 more points were added to the scoreboard. What game was Derek playing? So when I read this, I'm going to take my equation down here and put it together in order to figure out what game Derek was playing. So some text clues that stuck out to me were the word shot, court, and 2 points. Now, I know when I hear shot and court, it makes me think of a sport like tennis and basketball. Because a court is usually, you don't swim in a court, you don't play soccer on a court. Those words are only used when you're playing tennis or basketball. I also know that 2 points is used in basketball. Every shot is worth 2 or 3 points, and it's not used in tennis. When you score a point in tennis, that's only 1 point. So taking what I read from the text and what I already knew, I'm going to make my inference now. My inference is that Derek was playing basketball. It didn't say in the text that Derek was playing basketball, but using those little key words in the text clues and taking what I already know, I can put that all together to figure out that he was playing basketball. So we just made an inference. My next example. People kept coming over to visit Rachel's family. They brought food and gifts. Many of the visitors asked Rachel how she liked being a big sister. And our question is, why were so many people coming to visit Rachel's family? Now, again, it doesn't say in the text why they were coming to visit. They want us to make an inference. So I'm going to use our equation down at the bottom again, text clues plus background knowledge to make our inference. So here are the text clues that stuck out to me. Visit. When I hear the word visit, I think of a holiday or a special occasion. That's usually when my family comes around to visit. Big sister. When I hear the word big sister, it makes me think of siblings. So I know that somebody has a brother or sister, and you usually don't ask about a brother and sister that often. So that took me to my background knowledge. People visit and ask about a big sister when a baby is born, because you can't be a big sister without another sibling. So this makes me have the inference that Rachel's mom had a baby. Now again, nowhere in there does it say that she had a baby, but I took those text clues plus what I already know and put it together to make that inference. Now in your reading today, you're going to be making some inferences. It doesn't always say you're making an inference. Just think, you're going to take what you read plus what you know and try to figure out how best to answer that question.